Brendan Schaub is going to be living off this moment for a long. I can't wait to see what he says when he founds this, when he reacts to this on TFATK next week. But Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were on Rogan. One of the best episodes recently, by the way. How many views has it got so far? Yeah, 2.3 million views. I'm not surprised. 2.3 million views, right? This might be one of the best episodes of Jerry in a while. Personally, maybe because I'm not that familiar with watching interviews of actors and stuff, but I was generally surprised by how affable, well-spoken, likable Ben Affleck and Matt Damon came across. Like, and I've seen some interviews with Matt Damon mostly because I'm a big fan of the Born Supremacy fucking series and shit, so I'm familiar with him as a personality. I'm not really familiar with Ben Affleck too much, but it was really surprising and really refreshing to see how well-spoken, interesting, full of hot takes they were on a show, honestly, because actors usually aren't the best on these type of things, right? You kind of have to, you know, preserve a bit of that mystique to be a Hollywood actor and shit, which is okay. And maybe a lot of actors don't have a lot to say, but these guys have a lot to say. They were yapping, bro. They were really yapping. A lot of great stuff. I really kind of like a throwback JRE episode. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like a pretty throwback JRE episode. But unfortunately for us, Brendan's name was mentioned. Brendan's name was fucking mentioned. Fucking incredible. I'd love to know how much it cost. I'd love to know how much Rogan got paid to put fucking the Netflix link of the show. I think it's called The Rip, right? The Rip, The Rop, whatever it's called. It's a show that it's I think it's a movie, a TV. I don't know what it is, but it's basically Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are together starring in this movie, TV series thing. I wonder how much Netflix paid to get Rogan to include the URL link of the show in the description. There's no way he did that for free. There's no way he did that for free. They must have paid a good money, a good little bag for that. Big up Rogan, man. They must have paid some sweet moolah for that one. Anyway, let's play the clip where they talk about Brendan Schaub. Fucking funny, man. Absolutely hilarious.
Something great. You'll never be satisfied.
You see it in a lot of the fighters, the same kind of thing. The great fighters.
Well, also fighters have a very small window of greatness. There's only like a certain amount of years where you can burn the RPMs at the red line, and then eventually the knees go, the back goes. You start.
Is it earlier than other sports? It must be. Yeah.
Yes, I think so, because like Tom Brady is still elite. I bet he could probably play football right now. I bet he, you know, how old's Tom now?
40? He's probably 47 or 8 now, probably. Yeah.
I bet he could still play. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but that's a a very specific skill position, and the way he played it,
right. But running back, no,
right.
But at
cornerback,
the elite levels of MMA, especially with USADA testing and and now drug-free sport testing, when they are making sure that people aren't on testosterone and growth hormone and all these different things, like you have 9 years. You have 9 years at peak performance. That's legitimate.
How long's Jon Jones been going?
Jon Jones is a freak of all freaks. Because Jon Jones beat Daniel Cormier when he was on coke. That was one of the funny things he said in the press conference for the rematch. Daniel was talking shit. He goes, "I beat you when I was on coke." I mean, he was getting arrested. He was partying. For when he fought Gustafson, he beat Gustafson, and he didn't train at all. I talked to his trainer. He's like, he didn't even show up at the gym. He was.
I don't get Jon Jones. So imagine Jon Jones doing what he did then. Just to talk about this subject just a little bit. How did Jon Jones get so shook of what's his face? The guy that's always talking about his eye pokes, the Englishman, I forgot his name. Forgive me. He's a fellow Englishman. He's a fellow Brit like I am, but his name escapes me. Is that because of age? Why would Jon Jones be scared of him? Like, he was ducking the fight with that guy for time, and as soon as he saw him, maybe struggle a bit against Cyril Gane, suddenly he's interested in the match. Tom Aspinall. How did Jon Jones, the real life Homelander, who was able to like dismantle all of his opponents that come across him while high, while fucked up, while not really training that hard, just seemed to be always a level above everybody else with ease, right? Such a fucking amazing fighter to watch, whether it was fucking punching, kicking, grappling, submissions, or just the whole shebang, the whole arsenal. How does he get shook of Tom Aspinall? Like, what happened there? I wonder what happened. because he was properly ducking Tom Aspinall. When Tom Aspinall was on his run, when Tom Aspinall went on that run, Jon Jones was going out of his way not to fight Tom Aspinall. He did not want to lose his record. He did not want to get choked out. He did not want to get knocked out. He did not want that. He did not want that. He avoided him. Then as soon as Tom Aspinall had that fight with Cyril Gane, where he looked a little bit ordinary, suddenly Jones was like, "Oh, I could beat him." I wonder what changed. I wonder why he was so scared in the first place. You never think of a fighter being scared, innit? But then again, to be fair to Jon Jones, was he scared of Tom Aspinall, or was he worried about losing and what that would do? You know, I don't know. Was he? I don't think a fighter can be scared. He's probably just worried about the consequences of what that loss could do. You know, his ego, his pride, Just weird, very strange. But anyway, let's continue.
Fucking never there. He was never training. He could just show up and beat everybody's ass.
I saw a thing on my Instagram feed of a fighter, and I don't know who it was, but he was a heavyweight, and he goes, "I had the chance to spar with Jon Jones, to work with Jon Jones," and he goes, I knew about it months ahead of time. He goes, "I got my nutrition, everything was absolutely flawless. I got, my sleep, everything was on." He goes, "I show up at the gym that morning." He goes, "To me and 5 other guys," he goes, "he comes in, I think he went to sleep at 4 a.m. or something. Yeah. He was out all night," and he goes, "He ran through all 6
That's my buddy Brendan Schaub.
Is that who it was? Yeah. Okay, yeah. It was the fun.
The fucking absurdity of life, innit? The absurdity of life that Matt Damon would stumble across a clip of Brendan Schaub lying about something, because he definitely was lying, right? Whatever story Brendan told about Jon Jones, there was definitely a lie included there. He probably didn't get all his nutrition right. It probably wasn't 5 guys. It might have been 2 or 3. Whatever, man. Just, or it might just be a complete lie, right? But it's just funny that clip, probably that's Matt Damon saw on another account, maybe not TFATK. I doubt it was on TFATK. Probably saw a random MMA account, added some really funny music behind it, and it stumbles across Matt Damon's feed. This is proof to anyone out there that's making content. Put your content. I'm swinging to myself a little bit as well. Put your content out there. Just share it. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. That's part of the reason why, as much as people, will maybe discount this and not want to give him credit, that's part of the reason why I think, weirdly enough, people like Brendan become successful. Brendan is like just unable to feel any type of like imposter syndrome, or to feel like he's not deserving, or to be scared of putting. He just puts it out. He just puts it out there. There is no double thinking, double guessing. It's always about sharing it. And look where it got to. It somehow went across the world. It somehow spread across social media, and it happened to stumble across Matt Damon's feed, where he happened to see this clip, and now he's retelling this story. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, because most likely the story is not true, but it's still an interesting little anecdote. Brendan Schaub being mentioned by Matt Damon's hilarious, by the way. For sure he's followed him on Instagram. I'm not going to check now, but for sure Brendan's followed him on Instagram. He has.
Funniest story. I was like, and he goes, "And then I just knew,
levels.
That's a level. Like, but imagine being that elite and realizing there's another level."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brendan was a top 10 heavyweight, and Jon wasn't even a heavyweight. Jon was a light heavyweight. It was a lower weight class, and he just beat everybody's ass. And he said this was his warm up. He just get in there and just fuck everybody up. He has a.
Brendan wasn't top 10 heavyweight, was he? I think he's top. What's with this top 10 heavyweight thing anyway? What's with that lie? What's really the difference between being top 15 and top 10? Aren't they both two really good things? Like, I never understood that lie. Like, or is that just like a branding thing? You'd rather say top 10 than say top 15. But what is the point? Like, they're both really good. Hey, I was top 15 heavyweight. Obviously, if you really analyze it, it's like top 15 heavyweight when? In what era though, Heavyweight divisions generally haven't been the greatest of quality across the board. So you look at the era, you look at the competition, So it's not the greatest, but still, he fought in the UFC, Brendan, at one point. What is with the lie that it was top 10 and not top 15? It's really odd lie.
unique aptitude for MMA, but also he had two brothers that were super
Chandler
athletes.
Jones. Yeah, played for the Patriots.
And Arthur.
Yeah.
And so these guys are super athletes. And so they're beating the shit out of each other all the time.
Right,
so they're like constantly in competition with elite athletes from the time he was a child. So he was just so tuned into competition, and he was so intelligent. Like his fight IQ was above and beyond everyone's. And he would study tape meticulously.
Well,
So yeah, that was a little mention there. Brendan's gonna live off that for a while. I can't really check it because I'm not. Because it would be easy if you could be his friend on there. But I'm sure Brendan's definitely following him on Instagram. Yeah, there's no way where he's not. Where Brendan definitely has shared that clip, or he's at least following him on Instagram. Let me see. Let's see. He's definitely gonna share on his profile. I wonder if he's. Oh yeah, there. Of course he's got it on his profile. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. How you like them apples? Of course, of course, of course. Look at Andrew Schultz. Look at all the clout chasers. Look at all the clout chasers in the comments. Look at all the clout chasers. Crystalia, Brigham Bella, Little Brow. Look at Little Brow's in there. Look at the clout chasers. Who's that? Mayhem Miller's in there. It's hilarious, by the way. Look at Mayhem Miller. What? Who's it? This is a bit too much hate. If you're not going to be loved, this is a bit hate. This is a bit too much hate here. Being famous and cool because somebody more famous knows about you. We're all humans living in the same life at the end of the day, same 24 hours. Oh, dude, brother. Either double tap the picture or keep it moving, man. Double tap the picture or keep it moving. Let's see some of the clout chasers. Chin's there. Chin Suyi's there, right? Sick, big bro. Look at Chin in there. Sick, big bro, sick. Fucking dweeb. I don't know why, bro. When I was listening to this pod, I heard any more clout chasers here? What's that? Is it Luis J. Gomez? Of course, is in there, making sure he gets his licking, making sure he gets his little lick of the helmet in there, innit? Luis J. Gomez knows what his bread is about. He wants to be in Rogan's good graces, so he definitely, Luis J. Gomez had to make sure. He had to make sure he licked the tip. Make sure he licked the tip there. Okay, fair play. Who else is here? But Ents, again, all these people that don't go on, they don't really go on TFATK, but they're quick to fucking like the comment, innit? Leave some things. Who's Dylan? That's not Tim Dillon, is it? Someone called Dylan. Dylan Lewis Diaz, I don't know who that is. I'm going for all the various coach chase. Look at all the people in the comments clout chasing. Look at all the people in the comments clout chasing. Crazy. So yeah, big up Brendan, man. Nice little look there. Matt Damon knows who you are. At least Matt Damon knows who you are. That's the most important thing. Matt Damon knows who Brendan Schaub is. Matt Damon knows who Brendan Schaub is. Okay. By the way, who asked that? I think it was Josie, right? About the length. That's the length of the episode. 2 hours 24 minutes. 2 hours, not the whole 3 hours, right? Not the standard Rogan 3 hours, but still a really solid episode. Again, if you don't watch JRE often, I recommend you check this out. Really good episode. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck come across really fucking well. I'm very surprised by how well-spoken, intelligent, and interesting and funny they just are. Again, I'm not too familiar with actors and their interviews, but this was one of the better ones. Really enjoyed it. Really fucking enjoyed it.